Good afternoon, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back once again. Let's see, what did we name this live stream? I was being a little whimsical there. Liquid fast next week if the world doesn't end. Boy, if that ain't the statement of the day. Two people here so far. Let's see how many people we can get to show up here, or how many people I'm going to alienate because of that title. Man, I really don't care, honestly. It's crazy. People right now are so touchy about the situation. I'm going to call it the situation because just because that's what everybody else seems to be calling it. And it seems like if you call it by its name, people just totally freak out and they go, hey, don't say that. No. Get a life, everybody, please. Yeah, what's happening now is sad. It's people are dying, and it is sad and it is scary, but to play on fears, it's not a good thing, people. And that's what I wanted to get out to everybody, because there has to be an element of humor in all this. I went out earlier, I kid you not, and everybody was out bike riding, families were together. Now, they were staying apart. That's a good thing. Social distancing, that's very important. But they were still getting out, and that's the thing. This is all going to pass. This is all going to go away eventually. This has happened before. Honestly, this has happened before in our history many, many times. And I just want to let everybody know that it's going to be okay. Stay safe, just ride it out. It's the best thing I could tell you to do. I think it's going to pass. I really do. It's nothing to sneeze at. It's nothing to take lightly. But what I'm trying to get through to everybody is you still have to have an element of humor. I mean, if you look at all the comedians out there, they're making fun of it. I'm not going to name any names specifically, but the reason that we do that is humor is a very powerful medicine. And believe me, I've had my nights where I've been laying awake and really upset about this, almost in tears. But then I say to myself, you know what? What is it going to do? What are my tears going to solve? Nothing. At the end of the day, I would rather put a smile on somebody's face than make them cry with, dreary statistics. Stephen Barber goes, Matt, I'm starting my fasting for an entire month starting tomorrow. I would be very careful. If you have not fasted before, a month is very, very ambitious. Honestly, I would probably start with a week. What I am doing, and I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of the rules here I've laid out for myself. I'm going to try to do it for 5 days, and it's going to be what's called a liquid fast. Now, what a liquid fast is just like it sounds. Anything liquid is on the table. So I'll be able to have my coffee in the morning. I'll be drinking water. I will probably be juicing at the same time. As a matter of fact, I will definitely be juicing at the same time, because what tends to happen is when you're fasting, your immune response goes down because you're lacking a lot of the essential nutrients. But if you juice, then you're getting a lot of that in your body. So you got the fruits, the vegetables, all that together. So basically a liquid fast, again, is just that. Anything that's liquid is good to go. But if it's a solid, like a regular food, then I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to try that for 5 days, and I'll give you guys a update on how that goes. Hopefully I don't have to end it, but we'll see what happens. In preparation of this, I actually carbo loaded today on purpose, because I knew that there would be a chance that if I didn't, then by like day 5, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like day 5 comes around and I would just be like lethargic as could be. So Before you start a fast, you definitely want to try to carbo load a little bit. Okay, cool. So you fasted before, Stephen Barber says. Yeah, I want to make sure that it wasn't like a first time thing for you, because a month is extremely ambitious. A matter of fact, the only way I would recommend fasting for that length of time is if you are carrying around a lot of extra weight. So let's say you're maybe 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds overweight. Then you could safely do it because you have all those food reserves stored. But if you are maybe only 5, 10 pounds overweight, then I would caution you severely, don't do it, because what's going to wind up happening is you're going to burn off a lot of calories, even in the first few days, because your body is good. You're shocking your body. And if you don't have those calories in reserve, it's not going, believe it it's or not, it's not going to take them from the fat. It's actually going to take them from your muscle. And that's not what you want. You don't want to be losing muscle during a fast. You want to actually be gaining muscle. The idea is turning the fat into muscle by working out and then not adding more fuel to the fire. So you have to look at your body structure. Your BMI is really important. You need to know what that is. But even more important than that, you need to know your lean muscle mass and your actual body fat, because that's actually what's going to tell you if you can safely fast for that length of time. I'll give you a good example. I'll use myself. I always use myself as a guinea pig on this platform anyway. I have approximately 13% body fat, so that's 87% lean muscle mass. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that I am actually more in the fitness range, even though I still technically have a overweight BMI. When it comes to my lean muscle mass and my body fat, I'm actually in the fitness range. In other words, the very, very healthy lean range. So for me to do a fast for about a month would be extremely dangerous. I'm talking about a water fast, no food, just water, basically. It would be extremely dangerous because I wouldn't have all that reserves that I need. And I don't know about you, but I have to get my workouts in. If I don't get my workouts in, I am an extremely grumpy person. So just make sure that you're doing the right type of fast for your situation. We're doing good, Mark. Just sitting here chatting. William McCullough, when I did the 7-day fast, I lost 10 pounds. You can. Again, it all goes with how much weight you have to lose. The more weight you need to lose, the faster you're going to lose it. But when you start to get down near your target weight, the weight loss is going to slow down a lot. There really isn't different types of liquid fast. Liquid fast is really something that I kind of made up. I mean, there are different types, I guess, technically, but what I'm referring to as a liquid fast is just drinking. In other words, anything liquid. So coffee's on the table. Actually, let me show you something else I'll be drinking too. So I'm going to be using these as well, and these are great options. These are nutritional and meal replacement shakes. These particular ones are Equate brand. This one is the Slim Fast version. So this one has only got 180 calories. What is that? 24 vitamins and minerals, 10 grams of protein, and 4 grams of fiber. So this one, for me, during liquid fast would be more something like a snack. This one here, the Equate Nutritional Shake, this one is, I believe, equivalent to Boost. Let me see if it says it on here. Now, it doesn't specifically say it, but anyway, this one has 220 calories. So 180 calories, 220 calories. This one will probably be more of a meal replacement. This one more of a snack. But the idea being to try something new, because I've done the regular fast where you just drink water. But I want to kind of shake it up with my body. I want to see what happens. This is more of an experiment than anything. So I'll keep you guys appraised of this. I'll probably do a vlog tomorrow to give you guys what my current weight is. I fully expect it to be, well, let's see. I woke up this morning, weighed myself, it was 204. No, I'm sorry, 203 because I had a lot of clothes on. But the way I've been eating today, I'm probably sitting more like 208, 209. So I want to see what happens after a week of just drinking liquids. Dry fast only 3 days. Liquid fast is fine. So a dry fast, I guess, would be just food and no liquids, be the total opposite of that. It's interesting. I've never heard of a dry fast before. I'm going to try the liquid fast. I want to see what happens. I want to see if there's a difference between that and just, a regular water fast. And I'm sure if it was just a regular water fast, I would totally be losing more weight. But again, that's not what this is about. This is literally just going to be a experiment. I just want to see what happens. No, don't ever, if that's what you're talking about, dry fast with no food or liquid, don't ever do that. That is a easy way to put yourself in an early grave. You have to drink water. You absolutely have to drink water. They say that you can go 3 days without water safely. No, don't do it. I tried doing it once. I made it to the second day, and I got so dehydrated that I had to go into the hospital, and they had to give me a saline drip just to get the electrolytes back up my body. Don't ever do a dry fast. If that's the kind of dry fast that you're talking about, it is not safe. No way. Wow. Okay. Oh, we got 8 watchers, 4 people right now. Okay, yeah, I knew this was coming. Steven, yeah, I knew, I didn't know it'd be you, but I knew somebody was going to mention it. He goes, warn you now, with liquid fast, you'll be on the crapper nonstop. Your stomach will moan and groan. Please stay hydrated. That is why I picked up the alkaline or the Alka 65 water. This is basically, I got a pH of 9.5, but also has added electrolytes. You can get this from Dollar Tree. I don't know if all of them have it in stock again, but ours does. And these are really, really good for people that are on a fast. No, the William wants to know if all the toilet paper is gone. Not yet. Though I tell you, I forget who it was. Somebody called me out on that because I was ranting one day about how the toilet paper, people are buying the toilet paper out of all the stores, and then I guess I vlogged one day in the storage and I showed that we had like 3 different types of toilet paper, and the idea there was I had no idea that Mom had bought some toilet paper, Dad had bought some, and then I had bought some independently. Neither of us knew that we were going out to buy it. So that's how that happened. But anyway, it's not that it's really any business of everybody's out there, but I think what wound up happening was that they were like, oh, but you're a hypocrite. You're out there buying all the toilet paper and you're telling people not to do that. And I feel like saying, no, that's not at all what happened. It was a total misunderstanding. We didn't know that we were each going out to buy it at the time. And honestly, I would have returned it if it wasn't for the fact that I lost the receipt. At least in my case, I got it from Aldi, and I'm really bad about keeping receipts. There are a lot of times that I'll lose a receipt before I even get whatever I bought home. I'll never forget, I bought those 2 HP monitors, the ones that I had here before I bought these upgraded ones. And I was going to return it. I got them at Office Max. I was going to return them the next day because I opened them up. I tried them, and I decided I didn't like the way the resolution was. There was something, I can't remember. There was something about them I didn't like. And I couldn't find the receipt, so I'm like, well, it is what it is. I knew I didn't even want to try it because my local Office Max, they're really, really strict about that kind of stuff. You have to have the receipt for a return. The vegan athlete, good luck on the liquid fast. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if it's going to work. If I start feeling really lethargic and if I don't start feeling not feeling right, then I'm probably going to have to stop it early. But I'm going to give it a try. It's something that I've been thinking about for about a month now, and I just want to see how it goes. Jonathan Grindle, thought of something you could do, Matt, and get more money out of the laptops by upgrading internal wireless cards because most people can be upgraded to an AC card because it has a wireless G laptop and upgraded. Okay. Well, I don't actually have the laptops. I have desktops. You can see a whole bunch of them sitting right back there. Either way, when I usually sell a laptop, a lot of the newer ones, they already have the wireless N in them, which is usually sufficient for most people. And that's what I usually sell with the desktops. With the desktops, I actually put in an external wireless card. Harold K., how will you get enough calories with just the shakes? Will you drink more than 3 a day? Oh, definitely. And it's not just the shakes. Let me reiterate it here. This is just something that I will be drinking during this liquid fast. I'm still going to drink my coffee. I'm still going to be juicing. So it's not just going to be this. But the whole idea of it is I'm just going to be drinking liquid. There's going to be no solids in there at all. And yeah, I think Stephen Barber said it. I'll definitely be on the toilet multiple times a day with that. Oh, nice. Mark said the church is gave him 2 rolls of toilet paper. You know, that's one thing that I know I talked a little bit about this before. Alternatives to wiping yourself or cleaning yourself if and when there was a shortage. Not saying that there ever will be. The higher ups have been saying for months now that there is no toilet paper shortages happening at all. And that is because 90% of the toilet paper used in America is produced in America. But for argument's sake, let's just say that there was a toilet paper shortage for one reason or another. There are a few things you can use. Napkins work. Paper towels work, although I would not flush those. You put them in a bag and then throw them out in the trash can. You could take old shirts that you're not able to use anymore. You can rip them up and you can use them. I know people that do that. Alternatively, in certain parts of Europe, they don't even use TP. I should say TP. I know toilet paper is kind of the rude term, but anyway, they use a sprayer. Like you'd see the sprayer when you spray your dishes down. They attach that to the water inlet or the outlet or inlet in the toilet, and you literally spray yourself clean. So there are a lot of options out there that mitigate you ever even needing toilet paper in the first place. Miracast. I'm not too familiar with that. It's not something that I've run into, but that's interesting. So you're saying that I guess with using the wireless display adapters, they need more bandwidth. So yeah, in that case, they probably would need wireless AC, which is not a big deal. They're easy to get your hands on too. I mean, I can order those adapters on eBay very cheaply, but I wouldn't. When it comes to a laptop, the how can I say this? The less you open it up, the better. So whether it's a laptop or a desktop, I would still do something like a USB wireless card. It just makes a lot more sense. I will pray for your dad, Mark. So your dad hurt his back. Yes, we'll keep him in your prayers. Yes, definitely. That's gross, Harold K. I guess theoretically you could, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I'd want a poo shower. Sounds like something they would have did on Jackass in the back in the day. Any of you guys and gals remember that TV show? Wow. That's interesting. The vegan athlete asks, "Will you drink broth, liquid soups, tomato soup, etc.?" And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I didn't even think about that. Maybe. Right now, I was going to limit myself to like nutritional drinks, like the Boost and the Slim Fast, and my coffee and juice. But it's a possibility. I'll definitely think about that one. Right now, my back is hurting, Eric. Ooh, I feel you, man. I've had lower back pain, and it is not fun. Not fun at all. I don't know if yours is lower back, but if I remember correctly, I think you told me that you've had issues there before. Okay, they use the hose in Brazil. I know certain parts of Europe they do. I'm sure they do other places too. Eric's been working on his mowers all day. Yeah, I took a nice long bike ride because I kind of felt guilty after binge eating a little today. I had a lot of food, a lot of carbs, a lot more than I should have. But once again, if you're going to start a fast, I know that Vlogging Life, if you guys ever watch his channel, Adam Vlogging Life, he has talked about that. The need to carbo load before a fast, mainly so you can get through it. Carbohydrates will stay with you a little bit longer. It's just kind of preparing your body for the shock of having no food. And that reminds me, I need to go and freeze a few things because, yeah, I should have prepared myself better for this because I actually took out a bunch of stuff out of the freezer for lunches and dinners, and I'm not going to be really needing that if I'm going to be fasting. So I'll have to remember to go ahead and put that stuff back in the freezer. My folks are doing all right. Dad's staying in. My dad is staying in mainly because he's one of the high risk. He's in that high risk category. Mom and I had to go out to Walmart earlier. We did some shopping. They've been doing a lot of puzzles recently. I think I showed that in the vlog, the last vlog I uploaded. But they're doing a lot of jigsaw puzzles. So Mom actually spent about $50 getting like 7 or 8 jigsaw puzzles to do. We had to do some more shopping for the rest of the week. It's interesting too because our local stores now, well, I should say Walmart specifically, are only letting 10 people in at a time. There's a queue outside. They took the carts and they turned them over and they put police caution tape all around, kind of like what they did for Black Friday, and they're only letting 10 people in at a time. Aldi has signs like saying, practice social distancing, and they have the things on the floor that are spaced like 6 or 8 feet apart, depending on what your jurisdiction is following. But they don't have anybody out there, only limiting 10 people to come in. So I guess Walmart is kind of ahead of the game on all of this, but I just can't wait till it's over with. I'm really getting stir crazy, and I want to get out and go to the thrift stores again. And I've been getting a lot of messages from multiple people telling me that their livelihood is hurting now too, because they're saying that that's their bread and butter. They basically are resellers. They go to thrift stores, they find items of value, and they bring them home and they resell them. I mean, there's a lot of people that make their living that way, especially people that are retired, and they just can't do it now. I mean, the thrift store has been closed for, I think it's been close to a month now. Maybe not quite, at least the one in my area, maybe like 3 weeks. But before it's all said and done, we don't know if any of these stores are even going to reopen because you gotta remember, they still have to pay their bills. They have to pay they're not paying their employees, but they have to pay the rent. They have to pay, utilities, power, water, all that stuff. So It's scary times, folks. And you know what? I kind of feel bad in the beginning of this. I made light of it a little bit, but I think you guys probably understood the reason I did that is I'm just trying to get some humor out there in a very, very tense situation. Huh, it's very interesting. Eric said, "You see how busy our local hardware store was Friday and today." I'm not surprised because so have ours. Home Depot, Lowe's have been very, very busy. And for the life of me, at first I couldn't think of why and why it was an essential store because only essential businesses are technically still open. Then I thought a little bit more about it. If somebody has a roof that's leaking or a window that's broken, then they need to get supplies from there. And another thing is people have nothing better to do than home improvement. So that when I stopped and thought about it, it started to make a lot of sense to me. I'm like, okay, that's why these places are just so busy. Oh my God. Eric goes, I'm so bleeping glad that I didn't commit the $1,000 per month on that building for the lawnmower shop. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't either. That's a lot of money, $1,000 a month. I don't think I could come up with that. Well, maybe in the future, think about it. Maybe in a month or two, you can revisit that. But yeah, I would definitely wait. I think I did see your PM Mark on getting together after the scare is over. I definitely still want to, but I'm not making any commitments right now because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't like making promises that I know I can't keep or that I may not be able to keep. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Right now, it's just everything is in limbo right now. I mean, it's like when you think about it, what's a good analogy for this? I remember like after the Enterprise hit that quantum filament. Remember that episode of The Next Generation where the Enterprise hit that quantum filament and the entire power grid on the Enterprise shut down and everything went into emergency or standby mode? Well, that's pretty much the way it is for me now, and pretty much the rest of us. Everything is just in standby. We just have to take a prayerful watch and wait stance, see what happens. Mr. Burns asks, "What is a liquid fast?" See, this is why. That's all right. That's just I talked a little about it before. Basically, it's where I'm just going to be for about the next 5 days. I'm committing about 5 days to this, and I say about because we'll see how it goes. But anyway, it's where I just drink liquid. So everything liquid is on the table. So water, protein shakes, coffee, juice, mainly my fresh juice, but everything liquid is fine. However, I'm not going to be eating anything solid. So I won't be able to eat my oatmeal in the morning for breakfast. And that's basically what it is. And I'm just doing this as an experiment. I want to see what happens. I figure I'm not doing much of anything else right now. So I said to myself, let's just give it a try, see what happens. I'm sure it is cheap, Eric. I mean, I know a lot of commercial real estate. Yeah, I thought a lot of commercial real estate's a lot more expensive than that, but I'm just glad you didn't do it right now with everything that's going on because you probably wouldn't be seeing that investment back at least for a considerable amount of time. Mr. Burns thought it was the opposite. No, 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 it's a liquid fast. Yeah, liquid fast is just that. I guess, yeah, I'm calling it that because it's only liquid. So I guess technically maybe a solid fast would be a better analogy there. But either way, that's what I'm calling it. It's a liquid fast, meaning that I'm drinking liquid only. What? Hercos, I tend to drink those shakes at night. Just be prepared to spend. Oh, just be prepared to spend a considerable amount of time in the bathroom. You're not the first one to say that either. I don't know. I've been lucky in that department. I've done other fasts in the past, that are similar to this, and I didn't have that problem usually. I tend to dehydrate very easily. My body tends to go through a lot of liquid, hence why I'm always drinking water. So for me to have liquid expelled out of my body like you're talking about, I'd have to drink a heck of a lot. I mean, a heck of a lot. Oh, man. By the way, one reason I'm so thirsty right now is I went on like a 16-mile bike ride earlier, so I'm tired. I'm tired and not hungry, though. You know, binge eating like I did today, I needed to expel that energy. Never been to England. Only been to, I would say, a good 2/3 of the United States, the different states. And I've been to Canada, more specifically Quebec, because that's where my father's family's originally from. Never been to England, though. It'd be interesting. I've always wanted to go to England. You can hear the kids playing outside. And actually, now that I think about it, I should have shut the shade because the sun plays havoc with the image sensor on this webcam. Let me see if I can get a little bit better angle here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'm going to try to use my enormous head to block the sun from coming in. What do I think of the new Microsoft Edge? I never use Edge. I've never used it, never will. It's very buggy. I know that I knew that they came out with a new version because somebody actually had me install it on their computer the other day. I haven't really played with it around with it that much. I use Chrome and Firefox, and that's about it. Eric's Ride Channel. Everyone is outside doing stuff in my neighborhood. I'm not surprised. It's a gorgeous day. I don't know where you are, but here it's like low 60s. Very low humidity. It's just a beautiful day. By the way, thumbs up, people. Please help me out a little bit. If you like this live stream, take a minute and click that thumbs up. It'll definitely help promote my videos. I can hear my cat, not Milo, but Baxter, out right outside the door. Milo is asleep on the bed here. If you guys want to take a look at him, he's right there. I'm going to move this a little bit. Psst, 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 psst. Milo, want to say hi? Hey, Milo. What? What you looking at me for? Am I bugging you? What is it, buddy? Psst, 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 psst. What you want? Oh, you're a tired kitty, aren't you? Yeah. All right, we'll let him go back to sleep. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't see he was already starting to wake up anyway. All right, Eric, get back to work. Don't work too hard. Kind of nurse that back a little bit if you can. Oh, I know that I was going to not do my sit-ups today at all, but I wound up knocking out about 50. I'll probably do another 50 before I go to bed. And I'll keep everybody updated. If this liquid fast that I'm doing this week, anything changes, I'll definitely make sure I update you guys, at least on Facebook or maybe even on Twitter. I don't use Twitter all that much. Let me put this on. Got a nice theme for that. Ooh, that looks good. All right. Let me see if I can share this with everybody. Where is it here? Used to be able to have a direct link share. Add location, edit post, save post. See if I can just share my Facebook account. Everybody's asked about my my Facebook account here. Let's see if that works, hopefully. There you go. If you guys want to check out my Facebook account, you guys can just click the link right there. But anyway, I posted up about this water fast, or I say liquid fast that I'm going to be doing. So hopefully you guys can check that out. And it's actually a good time to do, too, because my birthday's coming up May. I'm not going to tell you the exact date, but it's in May. A lot of you already know the date anyway. And I'm definitely going to be eating a lot more because let's face it, when it's your birthday, you got to binge a little bit. You got to have, cake or pie and go out and have a nice meal. Hopefully I'll be able to go out and have a nice meal by then. So that's another reason that I'm doing the liquid fast now. It's just a really good time to do it, about a month before my birthday. Can you make money buying and reselling laptops on eBay? Well, I mean, theoretically you could. I've never been able to do it because the sources that I find, generally what they want for the laptops are about what I could sell them for on eBay. So I wouldn't be able to make any money there. If you were to do it, you would have to you'd probably have to buy them in bulk from something like a liquidator, maybe a public surplus auction. Check with your local cities or municipalities, find out when they have the government auctions, and what you can do is you can usually go to those. They're generally open to the public as long as you or a family member is an employee of the city. Then you can go there openly, find out when the auction is, and generally they'll have pallets of computer equipment, laptops, desktops, monitors, things like that. Now, if you're lucky enough to find one of those, then yeah, generally those will go pretty cheap because you're going to be buying these systems as is. Be forewarned, I will tell you, I've done this before. If you buy computers like that, there is a very good chance you're going to have some in there that are broken, some that are missing parts, hard drives, memory, hard drive caddies, things like that. But that's really the only way I've ever been able to buy laptops in bulk and make money on selling them. You could go to a government auction and buy 20 Crown Vics for about $10K. It's actually not a bad deal. So it makes it what, $500 a pop? Hey, if they're in good shape, you could resell those potentially. I mean, they can be worth $2,500, $3,000. That's a pretty good return on an investment, I would say. What you doing, Milo? Milo, what you doing? Dang cat has to clean himself on my bed. Yeah, but that's what cats do. I mean, they clean themselves. That's just exactly what they do. I'll tell you, I got to really cut out all the upper body workouts. Hear the cracks? There we go. A little bit of a stiff neck going on there. 16 people here right now. Well, we got a little lull in the conversation. I'm going to check on my orders because I have quite a bit of equipment coming in from eBay, including 50 desktop USA standard AC power cords, 2 more 120 gig ADATA SU650 SSD hard drives, which I actually got from eBay bucks because I've been buying so much on eBay lately. And then I also ordered 10 more of the these are what? W802.11 NGB 300 megabit mini wireless USB adapters. These are the ones that have the big antenna that comes out of the back. And these are actually really good adapters. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and share the link. This is the link to the eBay page. And these are really good. I've used these now for probably about 2 or 3 years, this exact one, and I've never really had any complaints. About the only thing I personally can complain about with these is they are stuck to the 2.4 gigahertz band, so you can't use this with 5.8. But for the most part, the people that buy the computers from me really don't mind that. I don't really use the 5.8 gigahertz bandwidth because it's really oversaturated, especially in my area. So that's a really good alternative. And the cost-benefit ratio really is there because these are, what's my unit? Let me see what my unit price on these are. $4.88 are my per unit price on these. So that is really attractive. For me to get ones that would support the 5.8 gigahertz bandwidth would cost me at least triple this. So we're talking like maybe $14 or $15 per unit. And in my case, it's just not worth it. Now, if I have a client that specifically asks for that, then I'll have to order it. But I'll be honest with you, to this day, I've never had a client do that. They've always been okay with these. No, Eric, I haven't. I know what you're talking about. I don't want to spill the beans on the live stream because I don't have the thing up here with me. But don't worry, it's coming. It's definitely coming. Danny Lee says, "Hey Matt, join late. How's it going today?" Doing okay. I'm doing all right. Let me do something because now that you're here, I know you're gonna want a couple Bible verses. I need to do that today anyway. So let's see. We've done it for strength. We've done it for depression. So these are going to be a few Bible verses for healing. Mark 9:23, and this is in the New International Version. "If you can," said Jesus, "everything is possible for one who believes." Luke 8:50. Hearing this, Jesus said to Lazarus, is it Lazarus? Yeah. "Don't be afraid, just believe, and she will be healed." Psalms, we got another Psalms. You guys know how much I love my Psalms. Psalms 147:3. "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." James 5:14-15. "Is anyone among you sick? Let them call the elders of the church to pray over them and anoint them with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer offered in faith will make the sick person well. The Lord will raise them up. If they have sinned, they will be forgiven." And that's something that I think a lot of us forget, is that sin and sickness sometimes do go hand in hand, because even though we're forgiven for our sins, we still have to pay for that sin. And sometimes it manifests that way in illness. But the beauty part is when we feel that illness, we can pray and have that illness taken away. But I think a lot of us forget that sin and sickness can go hand in hand that way. Mark 10:52. "Go," said Jesus, "your faith has healed you." Immediately, he received his sight and followed Jesus along the road. Miraculous healings, faith healings, faith healing. is what it is. And I have seen that done before. Used to visit a church every once in a while called Grace and Vessels. They've moved. She has since moved to Texas, but at the time she was in Connecticut, and I saw some faith healings there. The one I think I remember the most was someone who had a hearing issue, like hearing loss out of one ear. Went up there, got prayed for, and immediately could hear again. It was amazing, and I've never seen anything like that since. And let's do one more. Matthew 10:8. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons, freely you have received, freely give. That's a powerful one. That is a real powerful one. Drive out demons. Any of you ever feel like you maybe have a little demon in you? I felt like that at times. Honestly, I have to pray a lot. I rebuke that. And you know what? That thing about leprosy, now I know what we're going through now is not leprosy or anything near that, but it still makes you think that what do we have to really worry about? I mean, that was where I was going in the beginning. We really don't have to worry. If we have the Lord, if we have prayer, everything else takes care of itself. Did you build a computer with the donated board? No, I haven't, because I don't actually have a CPU cooler that'll work with that. I need to look at ordering something for that. Thank you for reminding me. I gotta really look into that. Starting to lose. Excuse me. Starting to lose my voice here. Probably going to end this maybe at the 1 hour mark. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if my voice holds out. Did I open the window today? Yeah, that's the problem. I opened the window and there's a lot of pollen out there. Die. Mark Covington, which Psalms is your favorite? Ooh, I don't think I can answer that, because honestly, I love Psalms. I've probably read all of them over the period of my life multiple times, but I don't know. You know, it's funny. My mind doesn't really work that way. I read Bible verses. They stick with me. But if you were to ask me what the verse is, I probably couldn't tell you. But I know the verse itself, but I don't remember like what book, what chapter it was from, things like that. But that's kind of just like my disability. I know most people, they could probably name their favorite verse. Well, I probably could. 1 John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. But for the most part, I wouldn't be able to name a lot of Bible verses off the top of my head. There's a few more here, but I'm going to save these because they kind of more coincide with Easter, which is coming up next week. I actually, I thought it was this week. I actually asked Mom, like, what are we doing for Easter dinner tonight? She's like, Easter's not today. I'm like, yeah, it is. And she's like, no, it's not. Look it up. I'm like, okay. So I look on my phone and I'm like, oh, you're right. It's not. It's the 12th. The reason I thought it was today, I remember as a child, Easter tended to fall more on the beginning of April or end of March. So my mind just kind of went to, okay, it's April 5th, so Easter has to be today. But I was wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll always admit I'm wrong. Well, most of the time. Sorry for all the clicking. I'm trying to get a little bit of work done while we're chatting here. Just renewing a lot of my posts on Craigslist. And that's one thing I've noticed. I knew it was going to happen eventually, but I didn't know when. So I would say as of Thursday, I have not made a sale at all. No computers are going out, and I figured this was going to happen because I knew eventually people are going to be running out of money. I mean, that's just the way it goes because people cannot work right now. However, the stimulus is coming out. I haven't talked too much about this, but those of you that work and have filed your taxes, from what I understand, you have to have filed a 2019 or at the very least a 2018 tax return. And it's better if you have a direct deposit set up. So if you have a bank account that you have your tax refund sent to, if you have those two criteria and you make under $75,000 a year, then you can expect a $1,200 stimulus check from Uncle Sam. Now, they're calling this more, it is a stimulus check, but it's more like a tax rebate. But the beauty part is you'll never have to pay tax on this. This is basically like a gift to the American public to help stimulate the economy during the situation. I don't have all the answers. I'm not a tax professional or anything like that. But for the majority of you, you should be looking at getting about a $1,200 check within the next few weeks, especially if you have direct deposits. You'll be getting it a little bit earlier. So once we all start getting those checks, hopefully business will start to go back to normal. But what I'm thinking is it's still not a lot of money, folks. I mean, $1,200 is nothing these days. So we need to figure out a long-term solution to this whole situation. Awesome computers. I'm not 100% sure on that. It makes sense to me that people, after this is all said and done, would probably be more interested in buying things that are used or refurbished, at least in the way electronics, over new, because they're a little more possessive about their money. In other words, they don't want to go out there and spend a whole bunch of money on something brand new if they can get a cheaper thing used or refurbished. It makes sense to me, but only time will tell on that. Would an unemployed college student qualify for a stimulus check? I'm honestly not sure on that one. I want to say probably not, because I know from what I understand is if you have a job and you filed taxes, you had a W-2 from a job, and you filed your 2019 or 2018 taxes, and you make under $75K a year, then you will be receiving a $1,200 check. Above that, I'm not sure. You'd have to ask a tax expert. In England, they will pay 80% of your salary if you can't work. Interesting. I'm not surprised because England is a socialist society where we're a capitalist society. So England, like Canada, it's socialism. So they do take care of their people in that type of society. But I'm not going to get into a political debate here. That's not really what my channel's about. I don't really like doing that if I can at all help it. I agree, Mark. Very, very good idea to save as much money as we can during this difficult time. And with that, this is going to be the end of the live stream. I'm losing my voice. I'm actually getting pretty tired right now. So I'll keep you updated. Try to do a vlog tomorrow. Here's what I'm thinking, though. I said I was going to start the liquid fast tomorrow, but I may wind up starting it on Tuesday because I've already prepared my breakfast for tomorrow and I don't want that food to go to waste. So I'll keep everybody updated. Either it's going to be tomorrow or Tuesday that I start liquid fast, but either way, it's going to be happening this week. We're at 55 minutes. The government should also provide relief for small business. My mom is losing thousands of dollars a day on her clinic since she can't really see patients. Yes, and they are. They're doing they're doing what's called small business loans. But what's going to happen is they're going to turn into grants. So you're going to be able to get the loan, and as long as you qualify for the loan, you're not going to have to pay it back. And that's what they're doing for most small businesses right now. And with that, we've come to the end of the live stream. Thank you all for coming. You're all great out there. I mean, look at that. We got 12 watchers, 12 likes. Try to do this again. Please continue to like and subscribe. Stay safe out there. Maybe spend some time with the family. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.